As some of you might know, I don't like everything about Japan. I am moving to Czech Republic for a year next month, end of this next month. But I would probably miss some of the things in Japan. Today I'm gonna tell you 5 things that I'm most likely to miss about Japan. If you lived in Japan, and if you decided to leave Japan, and if you miss something about Japan, please feel free to share what you miss about Japan. Or just in general, if you traveled to Japan before and you're back in your country, what do you miss about Japan the most? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's get started. I'm not going to include my friends and my family as one of the things that I'm going to miss about Japan, because these are not going to be uniquely Japanese. So I'm going to include things that are uniquely Japanese that I'm probably going to miss. First of all, I'm sure that I'm going to miss hot spring or onsen. It is relaxing. It's a public bath, so you're supposed to be naked in front of everyone. So you might not feel comfortable if you're not used to that culture. But since I'm used to that culture and I'm a Japanese person without a tattoo, that environment is really relaxing for me. The hot spring that I go to offers unlimited amounts of manga that's included in the price, and it's really affordable. So I occasionally go there to the hot spring to relax, and that also have a ice bath. It's not icy bath, but it's like a cold water bath with sauna and so on. So I tend to go back to the sauna, go into the cold water and so forth. If you're into relaxing place, if you're into hot springs, I suggest, if you haven't got any tattoo on you, I suggest you don't if you're planning on visiting Japan for many times, because many hot spring places don't allow people with tattoos. Second thing I'm gonna probably miss is probably Japanese food. Japanese food is everywhere in the world. It's accessible anywhere in the world. But Japanese food is cheaper, usually cheaper, and more high quality. And probably the type of rice that we have in Japan are quite rare. I think outside of Japan, rice that looks like thin rice, like used in Thai food or something, are more common anywhere else outside of Japan. Save Korea and China probably. So I'm probably gonna miss those types, and I'm going to miss probably onigiri, which is the rice ball. So I'm very excited to try out the Japanese food in Czechia. There's a vegan ramen shop in Prague that I'm dying to go. The thing that I'm going to miss, number 3, is going to be the mild winter probably. Winter is comfortable for me, although I'm certainly not gonna miss summer here. It is already getting hot. It is mid-May that I'm filming this video, and it's like 27 degrees Celsius already, so it's like summer for me. And temperature fluctuations and hay fever that I'm getting in spring and autumn is not fun. But I do like winter. It's mild, it's not too cold. It can be like as low as like 1 or 0 or -2. That's the coldest probably that Osaka could be. If you go to, for example, Nagano, Hokkaido, colder places, that'll be like more severe winter. But like I do like the winter in big cities in Japan like Tokyo and Osaka, because it's comfortable for me. I also like the Japanese atmosphere of end of the year, because we have a culture of New Year's Eve and New Year's with family gathering. I don't miss Christmas in Japan because that's ridiculous. If you haven't watched the Japan Christmas video, I will link it in here. You can check it out. It's like ridiculous, and I hate Christmas in Japan. But I do love the end of the year feeling Japan has, and that's probably that I'm going to miss. Number 4 probably is going to be surprising for you. Cinematic orchestra. Now, what is cinematic orchestra? Basically, there's a movie screen in front of an orchestra. As the movie progresses, obviously there's music in a movie. The real orchestra band will play the song. And I went to La La Land one, which I'm gonna show you here like briefly, in February, and I was like so stunned, and I would definitely come back to that in the future. But apparently I asked one of my friends in the States, and she said like there's no cinematic orchestra in the States. She looked it up but she couldn't find anything. But apparently there's a band called the Cinematic Orchestra, and I think that's different from what I saw in La La Land 1. So probably that I'm going to miss. Instead, I'm looking forward to the authentic orchestra in Prague and in Vienna, because I'm going to live close to those places. Number 5, if you're eating, please stop the video, continue eating, and then come back. Excuse me if you're eating. Probably going to miss Washlet. Washlet is something that's like a tiny shower that's attached to the toilet, and after you did your business, the shower will just wash off the thing out of your thing. And lots of people are surprised by the technology, especially the people who are from the States, because that's uniquely Japanese. And the first time I used it, I remember was like when I was like in 12 years old or something. I was really surprised too, because I never had experience like a water stream up my butt. So yeah, that's something that I'm going to miss. And also the toilet itself is warmed up usually in the Japanese toilets, because they do have the electricity and like a heater on the toilet, and that's probably something that I'm going to miss, especially when it's cold outside. But the downside of overly convenient society, technology, is that once you get used to it, the absence of it, which I'm going to experience when I go to Czechia, will lead me to frustration and inconvenience, feeling of inconvenience. And that's a downside of being too convenient, probably. And also I like the fact that Japan is accessible by trains and buses many places. I've been to Tokyo many times by bus, and it was really affordable, and it was really accessible, but I didn't include this in this video because that's not uniquely Japanese either, because the Czech Republic, for example, has a very good public transportation, and it is cheaper than that of Japan, and it's really good too. That's what I heard, so I didn't include it. But probably if I was talking about going to the States, if I were going to the States, probably that's something that I would have included, because I didn't want to drive a car to get anywhere. Anyway, thanks so much for watching to the end. Let me know your thoughts. If you lived in Japan, if you left Japan, if you traveled to Japan, and if you living in your country, please share what you miss about Japan. And I am planning on making the video about what I like about Czech Republic, and there certainly will be something that I don't like about Czech Republic, so I'm going to release those videos as well, comparing that to Japan. So please be excited, stay tuned, and thanks so much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Until next time.